Hello, Jeff Gadick here from Leisure Group Travel Magazine, and I have quite a treat today. I am actually in Thomas Edison's home. With me is Chris Pendleton, who is the CEO of the Edison Ford estate. Do I have that
Correct.
How are you doing today, Chris?
Just great. Glad to have you here. Honored.
It's wonderful to be here as well. Touring today in Fort Myers in January. It's a little cool today, but certainly warmer than it is back north, so we have that to be thankful for. Talk a little bit. Obviously, we're from the Group Travel Marketplace. I did an extensive tour with you this morning. Thank you very much. Talk a little bit about what's in store for groups when they come down here.
You know, this is a great site because it's gardens, it's homes, it's museum, it's science, it's invention, but it's also leisure, gorgeous tropical estate.
I think that one of the things that I noticed was having such a variety of activities with the diversity of today's group marketplace. You could get a small group that's interested in horticulture. You have a small group that's interested in auto history. There's really something for everyone.
Yeah, you know, I think that's the best of it because if someone, even in a family, has an interest and someone else may not have the same interest, there's always something here to engage you besides the gorgeous river view and the beautiful tropical plants.
The guided tours available here. Talk about the catering facilities because that seems to be something that groups might want to have a special meal on site as well.
There's nothing like a meal on the estate's grounds, and so that can happen inside in any one of a number of locations, as well as out next to the river in the coconut grove or in a smaller intimate garden area. So catering is definitely possible here for groups.
In group sizes from what to what?
We've had several hundred. We typically like to break that into tour groups of about 30, so people get a personal little spin on things. But you know, it's not unusual for us to have a couple hundred people in a group.
Okay, good. Talk about special events that you have here during the year because we see an increased emphasis on that as well, where you have a specific interest wanting to come down and hone in on that. So just a sample of what you have, not dates and such, but sample of what you have, and then typically when they happen throughout the year.
Yeah, it's always good to call and find out what the schedule is, but there's always something different. During the month of February, it's Edison's birthday month, and the whole community is crazy over lights and Thomas Edison, so there'd be car shows and the biggest lighted parade in the country. So that's a big month. December is a big month for the lighted grounds. We're open at night. That's very beautiful. During May, we're always celebrating Mother's Day and orchids and flowers. So a lot of activities. The fall months, we have big car shows, antique car shows.
One of the things I really liked about touring around here is the authenticity of what we see is that most of this is really how it was back when Edison and Ford were here.
We are very proud that we won the National Trust Award for Restoration as well as the National Garden Council Award for Restoration. So the gardens and the homes look just like the 1920s. It's old Florida.
Not the wicker chairs, though, right?
Well, these are not Edison's wicker chairs, but every other wicker chair is Edison's.
Okay. That's kind of what I thought. So,
yeah.
I was surprised to hear the amount of school groups that come through here, and I look at this, and there's a great activity for senior groups, on niche and affinity groups, families, as you mentioned, coming through here. But you have actually sort of a curriculum for student groups.
Yeah, it's a great way to learn if you can visit the place and learn about the science and the history. And what better way to learn about America than at Thomas Edison's home and Henry Ford's home. We also have a beautiful laboratory here from the 1920s. So there's science and there's history and there's just plain immersion learning for kids.
Better than learning it through a book.
Better than learning through a book, yeah.
And how would groups get more information on coming down here, phone, web, and such?
We have a terrific website, and that will take you right into a lot of personalized attention on arranging your group tour. So check our website, Edison Ford Winter Estates, and we'll be glad to tailor something for any group that comes.
Year-round, of course.
Year-round and in evenings. Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate your time.
Good. Great to meet you, and
okay.
Have a great stay in Southwest Florida. Warm
Southwest Florida, absolutely. Thank you.